Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started with our public hearings. I'm going to start with item 6. This is a public hearing on a special appropriation to the FY19 operating budget for Montgomery County Public Schools in the amount of $1,248,757 for School Safety Safe Schools Grant. Action is scheduled immediately following the hearing. And Ms. Koenig, I know that Ms. Koenig, you indicated you wanted to testify on this item?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to testify on this item? Yes.
I'm the first person on the list?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I the only person on the list?
Yes, ma'am. You have 3 minutes.
Counting down.
Well, actually, I have 2 items, so I think the rule's 5 minutes. Here, do me a favor.
Sure.
Pull this when I tell you to. 1, 2, 3, pull. There.
There you go. You're close enough.
Thank you. Is it on?
Yes, you're on.
Okay. I actually wanted to comment on 2 items here. One is the $1.2 million, and the other one is the primary one is the $5.6 million. I believe there's a way not to have to spend the $5.6 million. You simply get one designee at each school to randomly stand outside and watch the school buses. And if you did it at my school, you would see them running the stop signs all the time. I've been documenting it since January 2015, and they're under the impression that that bus stops, signals do not apply to the bus drivers or the speed. I've seen them on the Beltway doing 65 miles an hour. Telling MCPS doesn't do any good. They're not interested in it. They're aware of it. So my suggestion is that you come up with a way that doesn't need the $5.6 million. I'm willing to work with you. I'm willing to show you a way that can be done. And it will be much more effective if you have someone there, because you never know whether the camera's on or off, someone at each school who is assigned to randomly sit in a car so no one knows who it is and document whether they go through the stop signs or not. And it would be that if you catch a bus driver going through the stop sign, you give them 1 warning. The second time you have 2 options. You can suspend them for 10 days, or you could just give them the boot and say you're not driving the vehicle. It's either that or someone's going to get killed. Either the pedestrians on the road or the kids in the school buses. And putting the camera facing into the school bus, which is what I really think you're probably planning on doing, is just not going to show you how these drivers are going, because I've been watching it, and you know it. And what I don't understand is maybe you could explain to me why something is not done to get these drivers off the road before they kill somebody, whether they kill the passengers, whether they kill the kids on the street. So does anyone here have a suggestion as to how to get the school system to do something? Because, again, I mean, if school was in session, I could be out there right now and I would see them going through the stop signs. One of my other options is to start, when school starts, is to start randomly going to all the schools and filming them. And hopefully no one gets killed. Again, my suggestion is you give the school bus drivers 1 warning, 10-day suspension, and then a boot. I would like to know what your feelings are towards this
Ms. Koenig,
item.
are you going to testify? Are you going to testify on item number 9? This was item number 6.
That was right now. That was item number 9. The special appropriations for the operating budget.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
$5.6 million to school bus safety camera program.
Okay. So your time is up for that.
sorry, what?
Your time is up for that item. Do you want to
Okay.
testify on item number 6? Okay, go right ahead so they can start the clock.
It seems it's like it's redundant.
Okay.
It's for school safety, safe schools. If you want the schools to be safe, you've got to have a school system that's interested. They're not interested. They don't want to hear me even making a suggestion on another issue. There was, you know what the Heimlich maneuver is? Does anyone here know what it is? Okay. In May, a 9-year-old who was in 3rd grade at her school had learned it day one. I don't know what day it was, but on a day. The next day, her classmate sitting next to her choked on the food. Before anyone, anywhere in that cafeteria knew what was going on, this little 9-year-old stood up, grabbed it, did the Heimlich maneuver, out popped the hot dog, and saved her child's life. I would like to, I've offered to 2 schools and they're not interested. Maybe you can get it. Get a model program, a pilot program in an elementary school to teach either the 4th or the 5th grade students the Heimlich maneuver. You get a school that has 160 kids, and you do that through all the 130 elementary schools. It might take you 2 years. You're in a restaurant, and you start choking, and one of these little kids gets up and comes over and saves your life. So, again, I tried to present this to the school system. They're not interested. I hope that someone here is more interested in saving a life than they are, because the problem is, why is this important to me? Besides saving a child's life, at least 40 years ago, my friend saved someone's life by performing the Heimlich maneuver when that person started choking on a piece of food. I was the person who was choking. And she came up behind me. Boom. That was it. Just think of, I wouldn't be here if she hadn't done her job. Mm-hmm. But you all, if you don't know how to do it, you need to know how to do it. And I mean, I don't know whether you nosh on food while you're up here, but if one of you starts choking, you don't have to do mouth to mouth. You go up, you basically take, it's hard, I can't do it with this arm. You get below the rib cage, you put your hand here, and then you can spit up the hot dog or whatever. How many of you have ever choked on a piece of food? Yeah, I see all these heads going up. How many of you have been in a restaurant when someone has? How many of you, yeah, okay. Think of the publicity you would get if one of you stood up and grabbed that person and saved their life.
Thank you, Ms. Koenig. We really appreciate your testimony.
I'm sorry, what?
I said thank you. Your time is up, and thank you so much for being here today. So that concludes item number 6. The public hearing is closed because there are no other speakers. And so we need a motion. Moved by Councilmember Rice, second by Councilmember Katz. All those in favor, please raise your hand. That is unanimous among those present. Item number 7 is a public hearing on a supplemental appropriation to the FY19 capital budget and amendment to the FY19-24 capital improvements program for Montgomery County Public Schools in the amount of $1,388,000 for technology modernization project. Action is scheduled immediately following this hearing. And I should say that the source is federal E-rate reimbursement. There are no speakers for this hearing, so the public hearing is closed. So I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Rice, second by Councilmember Katz. All those in favor, please raise your hand. It's unanimous. Thank you. Item number 8, it's a public hearing on a special appropriation to the FY19 operating budget for Montgomery County Public Schools in the amount of $3,978,197 for the Title I Part 8 grant. Action is scheduled immediately following this hearing. The source is state grant. There are no speakers for this public hearing, so it is closed. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Rice, second by Councilmember Reamer. All those in favor, please raise your hand. It is unanimous. Item number 9 is a public hearing on a supplemental appropriation to FY19 operating budget for Montgomery County Public Schools in the amount of $5,600,000 for the school bus safety program. And the source is the School Bus Camera Citation Program fines, County General Fund. We had one speaker, and now the public hearing is closed. For this, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilmember Rice, second by Councilmember Katz. All those in favor, please raise your hand. And that is unanimous. And now we're on to agenda item number 10. This is the public hearing on a supplemental appropriation to the FY19 operating budget for Montgomery County Public Schools in the amount of $541,837 for the heroin and opioid prevention grant. And the source is state grant. Action is scheduled immediately following this hearing. We don't have any speakers, so this public hearing is closed. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilmember Rice and second by Councilmember Katz. All those in favor, please raise your hand. That is unanimous. And then item 11 has been deleted, so we will not be doing that particular public hearing. Item 12 is public hearing on expedited bills 17-19, bond authorization, stormwater management. The bill will authorize the county to issue special limited obligation bonds for the purposes of financing the planning, design, acquisition, and construction and maintenance of stormwater management facilities and other related projects. Action is scheduled immediately following this hearing during the legislative session portion of the agenda that's coming up. There are no speakers for this item. Oh, I don't have any on my list. Oh, okay. We do have one. Brian Porto. Yes, you can choose any. There's a button at the base of the microphone. Yes. Oh, I didn't have time.
Good afternoon, President Navarro and members of the County Council. My name is Brian Porto, and I reside at 5900 Landon Lane, Bethesda, Maryland, with my spouse, Catherine, and our 3 children. As a parent, property owner, and business owner in Montgomery County, it is important that I address again my concern that Montgomery County has not successfully attempted to find an optimal balance between striving for a healthy environment and a healthy economy regarding the funding mechanism for water quality initiatives in the county. Expedited Bill 1719 appears to be another example of the lack of balance described. Montgomery County owned properties, including roads, should be assessed a water quality protection charge like non-residential and non-exempt properties in the county, given the fact that private property owners already foot so much of the bill for funding our local government, and all residents and visitors to the county benefit from water quality protection, not just private property owners. I've included with my written testimony on this bill, my written testimony regarding Bill 1019, Legislative Branch Economic Impact Statements Amendments, that was submitted to the County Council prior to the public hearing on that bill. It addressed some of the present inequities caused by the water quality protection charge. Those inequities will only be exacerbated by increased water quality protection charge rates to private property owners in order to pay for the bond issues and other expenses described in this bill, especially to those private property owners outside of the urban cores of the county. The point is the county should be reducing the water quality protection charge to private property owners while still meeting the water quality goals and obligations of the county, and it should fix the inequities of the water quality protection charge to private property owners outside of the urban cores of the county. For example, green space and tree cover should earn private property owners credits. General fund and other revenues other than those derived from private property owners through the water quality protection charge should be used to secure and pay for the stormwater management and water quality expenses, including the proposed bond issues, and at least up to the amount county-owned property, including roads, would be assessed the water quality protection charge as if it were non-residential, non-exempt property. It is my hope that the council will assure that private property owners will not have to guarantee and pay for the majority of the water quality initiatives in the county, including guaranteeing and paying the obligations of the proposed bond issues through water quality protection charge fees. Please consider modifying this bill accordingly where necessary to achieve that goal. Finally, the county does not have unlimited taxing power, and this statement should be corrected. The state of Maryland, through its laws, places limits on the taxing power of even Montgomery County, Maryland. An example is Maryland Code Tax General 11-102C. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to legislative session, day 14. That's item 13. And 13A is introduction of Bill 20-19, landlord-tenant relations, licensing of rental housing fee exemption. Lead sponsor is Councilmember Friedson, with co-sponsors Councilmember Jawanda Remer Albornoz and myself, Councilmember Navarro. Public hearing is scheduled for July 16th, 2019 at 1:30 p.m. Councilmember Friedson.
Thank you very much, Council President. Thank you to my colleagues. This is actually a pretty simple bill, and in response to a lot of the discussions that we are currently underway at the full council that we have completed in the Fed committee, specifically related to the ADU work that we are doing. This particular bill, as we move forward on that ADU legislation, would allow for an exemption to the fees for ADUs, $561, I believe, for the first-time fee and $101 annual fee for occupants who have qualified disabilities. In the work that I did at the state level with the ABLE program, where I got to work with a tremendous number of advocates from around the country, the amazing and remarkable aspect of it is that many of those national advocates are residing right here in Montgomery County, and particularly in District 1. I'm pleased to be able to introduce this legislation and honored by the support and co-sponsorship of you, Council President, as well as Councilmember Albornoz, Remer, Jawando, and Rice. I think that this is an opportunity to make sure that the ADU program is as accessible as possible, providing the chance for our residents and certain families to have an independent, dignified place to live, but also the opportunity for family members to be able to be close enough to check in and support their loved ones. It's not, again, a panacea that's going to solve all problems, but it's just one small example of a little thing that we can do to support families in our community, and particularly to look out for our most vulnerable, and to be able to provide one additional opportunity for those families and save them a little bit of cost when they already have so much cost. So appreciate the support of colleagues. I'm honored to be able to introduce this legislation, and look forward to moving forward to provide the most inclusive community that we can and the greatest number of options for our families as possible.
Thank you. Councilmember Katz.
Yes, I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor, please.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Glass.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you. Okay, so then we have 13B. This is expedited bill 2119, property tax credit, elderly individuals and retired military service members, surviving spouse. Lead sponsors are Councilmember Rice and Council Vice President Katz. Co-sponsor is myself, Council President Navarro. Public hearing is scheduled for July 16th, 2019 at 1:30 p.m. Councilmember Rice.
Well, thank you very much, Madam President, and this is great, following in the lines of our conversation about PTSD earlier this morning, but in honoring our veterans and the sacrifices of not only them, but for their family members. This is something that, in partnership with our state, to where Delegate Wilkins had put forth this enabling legislation in Annapolis that enables us to do this. This is great to honor the service that some of our retired military have done, and the spouses who stood beside those honorably. And so I really want to thank Council Vice President Katz and you, Council President, for understanding just how important this is. This will make a difference in a lot of the lives of those who are continuing to live here in Montgomery County. The eligibility is over 65. We know how incredibly expensive it is to live here in this county, and we want to encourage folks who've made the ultimate sacrifice to certainly still stay in our county. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Rice. Councilmember Albornoz.
Thank you. I'd like to be listed as a co-sponsor.
Thank you. Councilmember Glass.
Please add me as a co-sponsor as well.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're on to calls of bills for final reading. As everybody knows, item 11 was deleted, so we're going on to item 12, expedited bill 17-19, bond authorization stormwater management. This particular bill is sponsored by myself at the request of the county executive. This increases the county's authority to issue special limited obligation bonds for stormwater management facilities or other related projects. The executive requested this bill to implement projects in the conservation of natural resources of the FY19 to 24 amended capital improvements program. Let's see, Mr. Smith, anything you'd like to add?
No, other than this is a pro forma issue. In order for the executive now to issue bonds, the council must give him authority based on the approved CIP. And since we just heard public testimony about this, the water quality protection charge rate gets set every year during the fiscal year process, and that's the time when the council considers that rate.
Correct. All right, I need a motion. Moved by Councilmember Reamer, second by Councilmember Hooker. All right, this is a roll call.
Mr. Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. Mr. Jawando? Yes. Mr. Jawando votes yes. Mr. Hooker?
Yes.
Mr. Hooker votes yes. Mr. Reamer? Yes. Mr. Reamer votes yes. Mr. Albornoz? Yes. Mr. Albornoz votes yes. Mr. Rice? Yes. Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Friedson? Yes. Mr. Friedson votes yes. Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Ms. Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes.
Excellent, so it's unanimous. Okay, now on to item number 15. This is Bill 6-19, Landlord-Tenant Relations, Termination of Lease, Tenant Health and Safety. Our Fed Committee recommends approval with amendments. I'll turn it over to the Chair, Councilmember Reamer.
Thank you, Council President Navarro. All right, so this bill was prepared by lead sponsor Councilmember Hooker and co-sponsored by many council members, perhaps all of them. And it is another tool in the tool bag for DHCA to help tenants get a quality place to live and ensure that property owners are fulfilling their obligation to provide a safe and fair housing arrangement. And I will turn it to, it looks like Amanda, your step, were you always staff on this bill, or was it Jeff? I guess it was you. All right. Sorry, memory's a little hazy.
It was a memorable performance, and I thank you for it.
Thank you. Exactly. Great. So if you'll just walk through the bill, the sponsor may wish to make some comments, shortly. But we had a good discussion. This was an issue that everyone rallied behind, and the need to provide this protection really came through clear.
Sure. I mean, what the bill
And
does...
I'm sorry, before we do that, let me just turn it over to the sponsor, Councilmember Hooker, and then we'll get into the explanation.
Sure. Okay. Well, since we're here, thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to catch everybody up on this bill, this was really inspired by the long-suffering tenants of the Enclave, where it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, residential property in Montgomery County. We had a lot of tenants complaining about mold and other issues there for many years. The HCA did a great job of first inspecting 25% of the units in the fall. At our request, they inspected 100% of the units and found 2,600 housing violations just in that one property, including long-standing vermin and mold. And unfortunately for them, a lot of those tenants, to protect the health and safety of their children, pulled, and we also heard complaints from teachers at Burnt Mills Elementary School, community organizers with AIM and others that were working with tenants and other residents about the impact on education, as well as just the terrible housing conditions. So unfortunately, some of those tenants had left the building and paid thousands of dollars in fees to the Enclave for breaking their lease, even though they were facing these health and safety violations. This bill, and I'm grateful to the committee for supporting it and my colleagues for co-sponsoring it, this bill just allows tenants in the future to break leases like this, terminate leases, if the landlord hasn't addressed health and safety violations, which are defined in the code, for 45 days. So hopefully, it'll never be used, because hopefully every landlord from now on will actually fix the problems, and our tenants won't have to put up with conditions like this. So I'm grateful again for your support, grateful to DHCA for all their hard work getting us to this point, and to Ms. Myhill as well. Thank you.
Great. Ms. Myhill.
Sure, one clarification, it's 30 days, not 45 days. Yes, so even better. I did want to flag for you, Councilmember Hucker had a great overview and the reasoning behind the bill. I wanted to flag for you that after the Fed work session, DHC had requested an amendment, which is on your cover sheet. At the printing of the packet, I had understood the sponsor was amenable to this amendment, but he may have additional questions he wanted to walk through. It was staff's recommendation to approve this amendment.
President, I think this is, would you like me to engage the amendment here, or did you want to do it?
You guys can go right ahead and describe what the amendment is, and then the chair can determine whether the committee wants to entertain that, or if not, we can just adopt it without objection, depending on how it goes. So please go ahead and describe the amendment.
Sure. So the amendment is on your cover sheet, and it essentially would retain the ability for the tenant to terminate within 30 days if the landlord hadn't corrected the issue. The two qualifying subparts of that DHCA would like added is that the tenant has to allow the landlord inside to actually make the repairs, and that DHCA would reinspect and then determine that the landlord hadn't made those repairs.
All right, Mr.
We
Chairman.
need a motion for those amendments. We have some dialogue questions.
Councilmember Hucker.
We need a motion in order to put it before us.
So moved.
All right. Been moved in second.
Yeah, moved and seconded. Moved by Councilmember Friesen, second by Councilmember Rice. Councilmember Hucker.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Amanda. I totally understand the intent of the amendment, and I don't know the answer to this. Tim, could you help me answer the question of, is there any unintended potential for mischief here? How will your agency determine whether the landlord has been granted access? Like, if I'm a negligent owner, is there potential here to run out the clock a little bit more by just saying, oh, I would have fixed that a long time ago. Every time I go there, that crazy tenant just doesn't let me in. And in particular, is there potential to take advantage of a tenant who might be mentally ill, might not have English as their first language, might be depressed, you name it. So is there any potential for mischief here?
Well, I suppose there's always potential for mischief.
And how will you determine whether the landlord has been granted, whether the tenant in fact has granted access or in fact refused it?
I think Rosie can probably speak a little bit more plainly about it, but it would be on the landlord to be able to prove that the tenant is
Had denied
in fact,
it.
yes.
It'd be on the landlord, okay.
Just a little clarification. The landlord can't come to the office and say, well, I called Ms. Jones and she wouldn't let me in. You have to provide documentation that you gave due notice, which is 24 hours, in writing, that you did provide notice, that you did go there, that your contractor was not allowed access, and you have to prove that. If you can't document that,
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Okay, great question and great clarification. All right, I don't see any other lights, so I think that now we have a recommendation from the committee that has been further amended, and this is a roll call.
Mr. Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. Mr. Jawando?
Yes.
Mr. Jawando votes yes. Mr. Hucker?
Yes.
Mr. Hucker votes yes. Mr. Reamer? Yes. Mr. Reamer votes yes. Mr. Albornoz?
Yes.
Mr. Albornoz votes yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Friesen? Mr. Friesen votes yes. Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Ms. Navarro?
Yes. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you. All right, so now I'd like to propose a closed session to discuss appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom it has jurisdiction pursuant to Maryland Code, State Government Article 3-305B1I. The topic is Inspector General's interviews, and that closed session will take place on the third floor council conference room. Moved by Councilmember Reamer, second by Councilmember Hucker. All those in favor, please raise your hand. And that is unanimous. Thank you.